beloved brothers and sisters in Alpha Phi Omega, dear friends and fellow mourners, we have gathered here on this sad occasion in the manner and character of Alpha Phi Omega to manifest our grief and sorrow at the death of our kind. It is now our responsibility as Brother Robert Joseph's brothers and sisters to offer our sincerest respect and fondest affection to him. Before we proceed with this, our most sober undertaking, I call on our beloved Brother Scribe to invoke the guidance of the Supreme Being.
Let us stand and join us in our prayers. Almighty, all-powerful and merciful God, the Supreme Grand Chancellor of all true Alpha Phi Omega brothers and sisters, we most humbly and reverently implore your guidance at this hour of our bereavement. Grant that our departed brother Robert Joseph Isip may be worthy of your compassion, that as Brod BOJO crosses the threshold of the great beyond, the gates of heaven will open and permit Brod BOJO to enter and join our brothers and sisters who have gone before us. Until then, O Lord, strengthen us and give us courage. Amen.
Please be seated.
Please be seated. Let us be acquainted once more with our departed friend, Brother Robert Joseph BOJO Isip. Brother Scribe, you will now read from the sacred roll of honor.
Brother Robert Joseph BOJO Isip was born on April 1st, 1974 in Macabebe, Pampanga, Philippines. He last lived at his home in San Bernardino, California. Brod BOJO joined Alpha Phi Omega Theta Delta Chapter, Angeles University Foundation on July 24, 1994. He belonged to the batch Muntik na po sa Antipalo, with batchmates Harry Ochigo, Manny Torrio, Gary Logato, Louis Concepcion, Peter Lacman, Jonathan Bonus, and Ronaldo Petit.
The memory of our dear departed brother Robert Joseph BOJO Isip has been refreshed in our minds. Let us now proceed with the solemn duty we owe to the deceased.
When our brother BOJO was alive and among us, the spirit of service burned warmly in Brod BOJO's heart, and he committed himself to a lifelong dedication of looking out for the welfare and well-being of others, putting his own personal interests last. In his own way, Brother BOJO contributed his share in serving humanity. In memory of our Brod BOJO and his unselfish sympathy to his fellow human beings, I light the candle of service, a sacred principle of the Alpha Phi Omega and a sacred part of Brod BOJO's life.
The best way to have friends is to be one. So our rituals tells us our brother Robert Joseph BOJO Isip had extended the hand of class of friendship to everyone. As we accepted Brod BOJO into the circle of our fraternal fellowship, so did he also accept us as his brothers and sisters. As we shared the good times, so we also shared the bad. We become a part of him, and Brod BOJO became a part of us. Brod BOJO Isip touched our lives in a very special way. In memory of the brotherhood and sisterhood we shared, I light the candle of friendship.
our beloved brother Bojo Isip joined a fraternity of leadership, and he was a leader in his own right. In Alpha Phi Omega, Brod BOJO inherited a natural skills to take initiative and practice resourcefulness were honed and sharpened to their fullest potential. Unafraid to take the first step and to assume full responsibility for one's actions. These are the lessons taught to us by the great Alpha Phi Omega principle of leadership. In memory of our brother Joseph Bojo Isip, who has been a leader and among leaders, I light the candle of leadership. This Alpha Phi Omega pin is the symbol of our fraternal tie and the bond that unites us in friendship and brotherhood and sisterhood. This emblem of our strength and union now becomes, on this sad occasion, the emblem that symbolizes the last act we offer to Brother Bojo. That Brother Bojo was among us. I now place this pin on your coffin, dear brother, in testimony of our enduring love and respect for you. The duties we owe to our dear beloved departed has been observed. The last wishes of our brother Robert Joseph Bojo Isip has been faithfully fulfilled. And although we part in sorrow at the loss of one of our very own kind, we take comfort and consolation in the belief that in due time we ourselves shall come across the great beyond and join Brod BOJO in eternal fellowship in the grand celestial chapter above. Brother Prefect, you will now perform your duty.
The angel of death has visited the house of Alpha Phi Omega. His irresistible clutch has snatched from our midst Brother Joseph Bojo Isip, who was dearly beloved and greatly respected. The dark, ominous clouds have shrouded the blue horizon, and the golden sun has disappeared for the time being. Even its bright rays cannot penetrate the gloom of this sad occasion. Alas, for a moment, the lights of Alpha Phi Omega are extinguished, and beloved fraternity and sorority. Reconciliation
peace,
joy,
hope,
We owe our existence to the Almighty Being, and we submit to His will. The Lord give it, and the Lord take it away.
the light of service was extinguished, and we mourn the death of our dear brother Robert Joseph Bojo Isip.
the light of friendship was extinguished, and we grieve for the passing of our brother Robert Joseph Bojo Isip.
So is the light of leadership also extinguished, and we greatly deplore the loss of one of our leaders. Goodbye, dear brother, Robert Joseph Bojo Isip. Alpha Phi Omega is an unbroken circle of brotherhood and sisterhood. And Brod Bojo's spirit of leadership, friendship, and service will forever be with us to keep our circle strong. We will now celebrate Brod Bojo's life with us, as those of us here may share memories of Brod Bojo. Would those willing to share the events from Bojo's life come forward and share those memories now?
My name is Harry. I met Boj when I entered Don Bosco on the 3rd grade and he was on the 4th grade. We were in the same school bus together. Then he left Don Bosco during high school and he went to a different high school, but we still continued communications. He was from Macabebe, I was from Masantol. Then our paths crossed again when he entered Angeles University Foundation as a psychology major and I was a biology major, together with my brother. Our relationship grew, especially when we entered Alpha Phi Omega together. He was my batchmate. We experienced everything together. I was his best man on his wedding, and he's the godfather of my daughter. He lived with me and my wife when we were starting out because he just graduated from college then. And I would always call him Ar Ampon. He was our firstborn son, never cleaned, but he had his own room in our house. On the day that he got a stroke, I was even at Disneyland. We were texting each other. Him and Shane were texting. We were planning to meet up. And not knowing, the joke was he wanted me here. And he's even a joker during that time because he made sure I was at Disneyland having fun while this happened. I love this guy like my own brother because we've been through so much together. You can never find a happier man than this guy, who would always be the life of the party. Even jokes that he would do over and over again, and it would still always be funny every time he said it. That is him. I will never forget the laughter that he shared. Not just the kindness, but most of all, the joy that he gave all of us. He is also one of the most patient man. You would never see him get angry. You would never see him get disappointed, he would always find positive things with regards to anything. The most important thing is with him, he was even our singer. We had a band, he played keyboard for us. You would never find a more dedicated man in practicing every single night because we had to perform. When I transferred to Fatima College of Medicine, we played in the band there and I needed a keyboard player. He even wore a medical uniform to pretend that he was a medical student so he can play with me. I am angry at him for leaving us, but at the same time, I'm happy that we have now another angel that watches over us. I love you, man. Tamo ka lubrad na kayo. You're happy now, man. Pero, bolang kalipad ko. I love you, and you will always be forever in our hearts.
Anybody would like to speak? I think I'll take this opportunity to speak. My name is Oscar Bincang, and my acquaintance with Brod BOJO is, although I met him only once, he has been in contact with your text, and since I'm one of the founders and organizers of the chapter, he expressed that he wanted to meet me. And 2020, I think February or March, somewhere around that time, together with one of our, because when we founded the chapter, we were all from the College of Medicine. One of the first collegiate members came to visit California, and together they decided to meet me at the Ontario Mills. I didn't realize that that time would be the first and last time that I would personally meet Brod BOJO. In that hour that I spent with him, I was impressed by the spirit of brotherhood. Imagine, I graduated almost 30 years ago, and these people want to meet me, and that just speaks of, they don't know anything but because of brotherhood. The last time I texted him, because I was part of the team that trains their screeners at the casino, I said, Brod, I'm doing the training for your health screeners for the casino. Are you going to be trained? He says, no, I'm not part of the health screeners. I'm more of the programming part of the casino. And we would exchange jokes. I said, can you tell me any tips on how to win in the slot machine? And he said, the only tip I can tell you is you bet big. I don't know if that was anything. Your chances of winning are better. So I take that. I will take that advice. The next time I know in our chat circle, we still, although we have never met, the bonds of brotherhood are so strong, we keep in touch. Now we heard that Brod BOJO was in the ICU. It so happened that one of my neighbors, who's a nurse, was also a nurse at the ICU, and I had to follow up with her. But it looked like the prognosis for Brod BOJO was not good. And I believe that Brod BOJO's leaving us is temporary, but one day, in the great by and by, we will be all together with our loved ones once again. If there is nobody else, let us now celebrate the life and spirit of BOJO and the eternal strength of our brotherhood and sisterhood by forming our fellowship circle. Let us Let our circle remain strong in memory of Brod BOJO, and let us now sing our close song. All brothers and sisters of
Para sali natin si Bojo. Just include Bojo in the circle. Sama ka.